everybody and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Shaq and today I'm going through a very special October TBR. Let's just jump right into it.
Hey, listen!
It's spooky season, bitch. Woo! When you're seeing this, it's either at the end of September or the beginning of October. Either way, happy spooky season, bitch. What better way to celebrate spooky season than doing a little readathon, a themed TBR. In the month of October, I will be participating in the Spoopathon. This Spoopathon is a month-long readathon running from the 1st to the 31st of October. It is hosted by Spoopyhol and it is basically like the concept of it is you have to read certain prompts to escape a metaphorical haunted house. You gain points as you go which aid you in certain areas of escaping the haunted house. So for example, if there's a ghost or like a locked door or passageway, for example, you'll need a certain amount of points to pass through. There's also certain teams in the Spoopathon that we have the Spoop Shifters, we have the Spectral Shenanigans, the Order of Spies, Ghostbusters, and Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. Each of these teams have specific powers which also aid you in moving around the haunted house and getting out of it. I decided to join the first team, which is the Spoop Shifters, and our power is to move across the board diagonally. So I'm really excited to just jump between prompts that I do or don't want to do, and I have used it towards the end, I think, just to get to a prompt that I'm just more excited for than the one that I was supposed to read. There are also challenges that have bonus points attached to them, which you can pair it with the actual like prompts to get out of the haunted house in order to gain more points and to get out of the haunted house as well. This readathon is so exciting. Honestly, props to Hol and her co-hosts for making such an excellent readathon that I've been dying to post about ever since I pledged to become a part of it. Without further ado though, I'm going to go through my pathway throughout the haunted house and what books I will be reading, what challenges I'll be completing in order to do so, and where my bonus points are and what my trick or treat prompt is, because I am fucking losing my mind. So I decided to start off with the prompt gifted to you, which is the blue square at the very top. So I've decided to pair gifted to you and recommended / spooky read because just want to get extra points. For this prompt, I've decided to go ahead and read Mexican Gothic by Olivia Marino Garcia because this was gifted to me by my best friend for doing so well on my second year of uni, and it's also recommended by everyone on BookTube. This is a win-win. I think it has a very autumnal cover as well, but I've got another one just in a sec to complete that prompt. In the meantime though, Mexican Gothic is all about, I think, Naomi, who is like really privileged and rich, and she goes to all of these parties until she receives a very like frantic letter from her newlywed cousins in need of her help. So she decides to go and help these newlywed cousins of hers, and they're not both her cousins, I don't think. Sweet old male, I think it's that kind of book. She goes to help her cousin who is a newlywed, and I think that she has to stay in like this really weird mansion, and I'm really excited because it's gonna give me like really creepy vibes. I've heard nothing but good things about it and I'm excited. If I complete my gifted to you prompt, we're going to be moving down to autumnal cover. For this one, I'm going to use the bonus prompt of LGBT plus red, and I'm going to be reading Afterlove by Tanya Byrne. Now look at this cover, it is absolutely gorgeous and sapphic. Most importantly, it is autumnal though. There's loads of leaves and flowers and moths, and I just think it's a very autumnally like ghosty spooky season vibe. Afterlove, I believe, is about Ash who dies in a car crash, which fucking rhymes, wow. And she ends up kind of in like this purgatory where she has to like join this group of all-girl reapers who are trying to basically help people who are stuck on the other side try and get like crossover. But of course Ash can't forget her one true love, Poppy, who is still alive, and she'll do anything to talk to whether she is herself dead or alive. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this. I've heard nothing but good things about this one as well. It's very hyped on TikTok, which I'm very afraid of, but hopefully I will like this as much as they do, and I'm very excited because it's very autumnal and very sapphic as well. Very excited. So next we'll be hopping over from autumnal cover diagonally to non-fiction. I will need 75 points to unlock the door first, which I think I have just by one of the prompts, if you don't mind me. So I'll be going through that door and hopping over diagonally to non-fiction. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure if that's how it works or anything, or I'll have to like read something else. But for now, I have decided to hop over to the non-fiction prompt. I have decided to pair this up again with one of the bonus prompts, which is recommended again, because loads of people have recommended this particular read in terms of activism and the Black Lives Matter movement. And that is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kennedy. I have heard nothing again but good good things about this. It seems like October for me, my Spoopython TBR, is going to be full of reads that I've heard nothing but good things about and I'm very excited to get into. A lot of people have read this in response to the performative activism that has been happening all over social media since the Black Lives Matter movement started in 2013. And I've heard a lot of booktubers and just general online personalities have read this and said that it really changed the way that they viewed performative activism and being an ally to people of colour, more specifically black people, how it's no longer enough just to not be racist and how it is really important for allies, especially if you have an online platform, to be actively anti-racist. There are two completely different things. One is proactive and one is quite, you know, redundant and lazy. So I'm really excited to challenge my own beliefs, my own white privilege in reading this in the Spoopython, because what is scarier than racists? Absolutely fucking nothing. I'm excited, but also nervous because there's going to be probably some uncomfortable conversations in this book, probably going to be some thinking I have to do, like critical thinking about myself and my own actions and what I have been doing with my own activism, and I'm just excited but also scared. So we're now moving through the Ghost again, which is I have to have 125 points to defeat, which I think I already have. I've been tallying up as I go. I think each of them are worth 75, and 75 times something is more than 125, I think. So I'm going to defeat the ghost and I'm going to move down to the trick or treat prompt. As soon as I saw this trick or treat prompt, I knew I had to do it. Basically, the premise of this super special prompt is to get someone to pick between two reads for you, one of them being a trick and one of them being a treat. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on Instagram and see if anyone replies, and then I'll get back to you and we'll see what I'm reading for this prompt. But I was really silly and haven't done it until now, so it probably will be different setup than this. I'm really sorry. Anyway, moving on to the two books that are going to be in my trick or treat. First is The Treat, which is going to be Skullduggery Pleasant Book 1 by Derek Landy. This is the first book in the Skullduggery Pleasant books. These are my partner's favourite books, like when he was a teenager and also now, so I wanted to read them and it also goes for my outfit. So it is massively a treat for me because I've been wanting to read these since we started dating, and I think it's finally time for me to delve into this now. I've been kind of nervous, but I bought this book and a few others in the series, so this is definitely be a treat for me to read. Essentially, this is about a girl called Stephanie whose uncle dies, and he's a very famous horror writer, and when he dies, Stephanie inherits his writing and his money, I'm pretty sure. Then she realises that her uncle's world wasn't so fictional after all, and she finds herself fighting off all the enemies and stuff. I think it's gonna be really good. Either that or I've hyped it up in my head, but I'm really excited for this and I can't wait to read it. I think it's gonna be perfect time of year to read this as well. My trick, which I think people are gonna pick over Skullduggery Pleasant, like hands down, is The Diviners by Libba Bray. The reason why this is a trick is because A, it's incredibly overhyped on BookTube and the Booktonet in general. Like, I think I'm so behind not having read this yet, but I've also heard it's like really good, so maybe it will be a treat. Second reason why it's kind of a trick for me is because of the length. It is a fucking hefty boy. It's one of the last books on my TBR, so I'm gonna be thinking about this if this is picked for my trick throughout the whole readathon, thinking I've got to read The Diviners, I've got to read The Diviners, and I can't read it first because it's one of the last prompts, which is why it's a trick. So from my understanding of The Diviners, I don't really know much about the plot, but all I know is that it is a retelling, I think, set in the 1920s, supernatural, I think London or New York. It's New York, never mind, it's New York. I think it's about Evie and a group of misfits, like a group of friends in the 1920s who all have like supernatural powers, and I don't really know much more than that. I don't think I want to, so I'm really excited to read it anyway, even though it is a trick, and we'll just have to see which one Instagram picks. I honestly don't know, it could be either of them. The very last prompt for this readathon is going to be Read It After Dark, which you get an extra 100 points for escaping, but you also have to defeat the door, or unlock the door rather, with 200 points. I think I have 200 points, so I'm thinking of pairing up Trick or Treat and also Read It After Dark. So whatever Instagram picks for my Trick or Treat like book, I will read that after dark. Which, if it's The Diviners, will be very difficult because I can only read that in the evening. That's gonna be such a trick. Oh my fucking god. Did I think this through? I don't think I did. Hello. I just finished editing the video that you just saw, and I got home from work about a couple hours ago. I've just been sat editing ever since. And while I've been at work and also while I've been editing, I've had a poll running on both my Instagram and my Twitter page on which book to read, either my trick, which is The Diviners by Libba Bray, or whether to read my treat, which is Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy, the first book. And the winner is on both platforms, actually. It came to a pretty like similar conclusion. A lot more people wanted me to read. Oh my god, please drum roll, this is so exciting. Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for voting on this and for choosing this one. I am so happy to be actually just reading this, not this absolute fucking mammoth. Look how big it is in comparison. I got off so lucky. I will probably be reading this at some point, just not for the Spookathon. And it's fine, because I didn't fucking want to anyway. Finally, it's me and me. Finally, it's you and me, okay? Which also means I will be reading this for the Read After Dark prompt as well. So I really couldn't be happier. It's gonna be so great. Well, there you have it. There is my Spookathon TBR. I am super excited to be participating in this month-long Halloweeny spooky readathon. Let me know if you're participating as well. It starts on the 1st of October, so go ahead and quickly pile your TBRs together and join me on my reading adventure. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give a massive thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content and to keep up with all of my reads. I hope to see you on my next video, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoy any books that you pick up or any productive activity that I managed to do. I don't like saying that. I don't know why I say it every time. Let me know your reading plans for October if you'll be joining in with this readathon. If you're not, why not? Because it seems perfect to me. And I shall see you next time. Goodbye.